Hi everyone, welcome to the Soul Song. This is Nina, and this is a pick a card reading about your relationship. And today we are going to take a deeper look at what is happening beneath the surface. Is there anything that you're not aware of? Those are the kind of things that we are going to delve into in this reading. So, this is leaning more on the shadow reading side, and if you're not comfortable with that, if you feel triggered by shadow like readings, then this is probably not the reading for you, okay? But there, I'm not saying there's gonna be something horrible here, but you never know what is really going on beneath the surface in a relationship, okay? So keep that in mind when you're watching this. And we have three groups before us. Each of them have a shell on top. Okay. You can pick your pile. This is one, this is two, this is three. Pick carefully, see which one calls out to you. For the sake of this reading, I'm going to focus on romantic partnerships or intimate partnerships. You can also apply it to some other close relationship. Okay. So if you need more time, you can pause the video here. I will see you in your reading. Hi, group one. For those of you who've selected the first group, um, now I have placed your cards here. This is how person A is, what is the advice for them, how they're feeling, and what is their shadow side. And this is for person B, okay? And to me, the first thing that is jumping out is that both of you seem to be under the relationship itself is undergoing some changes. The Wheel of Fortune is right in the middle of your reading, which is all about change, okay? Um, and it's about a shift in energy that is very, very evident in your reading, okay? Um, And I also have some message cards. So let's take a look at that first and then we'll link everything together. We've got I want to get to know you better, and I wish you felt for me how I feel for you. Okay. That is for person A. Person B is I wish you could see yourself the way I see you. We don't talk anymore like we used to. Okay. Um, the good thing here is that both of you are deep down, you're very committed to each other, okay? And there's this sense of commitment in the traditional sense. You might even be married to each other. Or if you're not married, then this is definitely a committed partnership or something that has um, or both of you have wanted a commitment, okay, at the very least. And there is this karmic soulmate energy here with the Six of Cups, all right? So, that to me is saying that deep down, both of you have a really strong connection to each other, and definitely either looking for commitment or are already in a committed partnership with each other. And this is happening beneath the surface, okay, below the surface. So you may be wanting commitment beneath the surface, and both of you have feelings for each other. I get the feeling that you've known each other for quite a while, but things are starting to change now. I'm hearing that the table is beginning to either turn or shake, okay? And I'm also seeing that we have the Two of Pentacles here beneath the surface. So someone in this relationship is kind of in two minds. They've got their feet in two different boats, okay? There's a likelihood of, and we have a boat here in this card as well in the background. So there's a sense of, you know, a shake up happening in the commitment, in the connection beneath the surface. And we also see this above the surface, or what is really evident, okay, in terms of your behavior. One person, I feel, is questioning the commitment of the other person, and they can see, it's like they've come to this realization that things are not the way they used to be, that things have changed. There's been a change in the other person's behavior, maybe in their level of commitment, and over a period of time, they have observed that um things are not how they used to be, okay? And the other person is still really committed, but there's a bit of a confrontational energy happening on the surface, okay? One person is like very no nonsense. They are like, I just want the truth. That's it. I don't want no BS. I don't have the time, the energy, or the patience for um dilly dallying or just beating around the bush. Just get it out. Tell me the truth. I want the absolute truth. And the other person seems to have a more meek sort of energy. I'm just picking up on the energy, okay? Do not go by the signs or anything. The other person seems to feel a bit intimidated by this person's energy. Now, I'm not seeing like third party or anything, but I have to put this out. There are two queens in this reading, so there could be an element of, a wandering eye, or somebody not being all that faithful, all that loyal anymore. Okay, or at least that's the fear that is being projected on the outside. Deep down, again, there is a soulmate partnership, a deep karmic connection between both of these people, but there is definitely a shift, a change happening in terms of their level of commitment, their loyalty, and what to expect in terms of, stability. Um, there's probably a shift happening uh, in terms of your day-to-day practical life as well, is what I'm seeing. Okay, there could be a situation where something has carried on for quite a while, and it has become like this cycle, this never-ending cycle, and one person is completely fed up of that. They are like, I cannot continue like this. I need a change. I want a change, and I need to know the absolute truth. Okay, and the fact that you have this card here to begin with, this is your current energy, which is balance, spirituality, and practicality. And you can see that this is the sign of Pisces. So, two opposing energies, okay, swimming together, but they are almost like polar opposites of each other. Even in the connection, I feel that one person is more forthcoming, more honest. Not that the other person is not honest, but they might keep to themselves, is what I'm seeing. So there's a tendency for the other person to misread them or to misunderstand them as well. Okay. Now, the shadow side of this first person is second chakra, Archangel Ariel, which has to do with intimacy, with sexuality, sensuality, and with a feeling of, with emotions as well. This is connected to water energy, okay, the second chakra. And it's also connected to how safe you feel opening up to other people. And I get the feeling that, of course, this is also connected to creativity, but in this context, it is connected to um, your openness, okay? Being open to intimate partnerships, being open to what it is that you desire in the other person. Okay, and they also have this card, back to what you love, re-evaluate your desire. Now again, there is this emphasis here on desires. I feel like one person's expectations or their level, the what they expected in terms of the intimacy of the connection, um, is not being met. Okay, their expectations are not being met, or they themselves are feeling fearful of intimacy. Okay, so their advice here is to go back to what you love, re-evaluate your desires. So there is a mismatch here as far as one person's, as far as the desires of both of these people is concerned. But specifically this person, I feel, may have a fear also of intimacy. Okay, or they may have certain desires that are not in tandem with what the other person desires in the relationship, and that may be sexual in nature, or that may be in terms of opening up to each other, like I said. Okay, and how they're feeling is a change in the wind. So there's definitely a shift, a change happening in the way they feel towards this connection. And what their message is, I want to get to know you better, and I wish you felt for me how I feel for you. I feel like this person's desires are not being met by the other person, and they may be even kind of playing down their desires or for intimacy, for a deeper connection where both of you can really open up to each other, because they fear that if they open up and they talk about it, the other person might get hurt, or for some reason they are not able to fulfill those or meet those desires for this person. Okay, the fact that this person wants to get to know the other person better is telling me that even if they have a fear of intimacy, they are open to having an honest discussion with the other person and wanting a deeper, more soulful, more intimate connection with this other person. And somewhere they feel like their feelings are not being reciprocated. Okay, there may be an imbalance when it comes to um, their partnership and the reciprocity in it, especially in terms of opening up emotionally to each other. Okay, the Six of Cups. In the Six of Cups, we see this giant baby, like infant or baby, and this dwarf-like woman. So there's a mismatch, and that's why this person is trying to compensate for it by giving something to the other person. And it's about generosity and compassion as well. So I feel like there's a bit of an imbalance also depicted by the Two of Pentacles here in the below the surface part. There is a bit of an imbalance when it comes to your emotional needs and your intimacy needs. Okay, so this person's got this advice: treasure your loved ones. It is important to love others deeply. And the operative word here being deeply. Okay, I feel like this person has a bit of a surface level connection, or they have a fear maybe of, maybe their trust being broken or something like that, that is holding them back and uh, not allowing them to fully delve into the possibility that this connection can have. Okay, and their shadow side is blossoming abundance, and how they're feeling is fork in the road. I get the feeling that this person may even have options. Okay, they may have multiple options to choose from that could also be another meaning for the Two of Pentacles, whereby they may be juggling between two options or two or more options, and they may be in two minds about whether I should really pursue this path with this person or not. Similar to the change in the wind for the first person, but in this case, I feel like it has more to do with options, with choices, okay? And this person is kind of struggling to make that choice at the moment because there's an abundance. In this case, the abundance is probably of a lot of options, okay? And the cards that they got here, message cards, is I wish you could see yourself the way I see you, and we don't talk anymore like we used to. I feel like this person may be looking at other options right now because uh, their needs are also not being met, or they are feeling like um, this person is quite on the defense side because they might have a low self esteem, okay? Or they might not be completely, yeah, there are somebody in this relationship has a lower sense of self-worth and sense of self-esteem than the other person, and most likely it is this person, okay? And that is at least what this person feels, that um, the other person is being defensive or they are being withdrawn because they may be fearing intimacy, and they may be even not feeling completely worthy of this connection, okay? That could also be why this person had the sacral chakra card here, a feeling of fear of intimacy, like I said, and maybe not even feeling enough, not feeling good enough for this connection, okay? So where is this leading? What is the incoming energy? We have you are good enough, full moon in Virgo. Now what's interesting is that we have three cards here which suggest that somebody in this relationship has um, a low sense of self-esteem, okay? And that may be also why this person is behaving in a way that is detrimental to the connection, okay? um Now I don't know which one of these is you, so take it as it resonates. I'm just picking up on the energy of both the people. There is definitely some change happening, and there is a chance of a split happening also. Let me put that out there. um, the advice for both of these people in the connection is very telling, because this person is being advised to really go back to their desires and reevaluate what you love. And I'm also hearing how and who you love, okay? So this person is having a change of heart or a change of mind, and this definitely has something to do with intimacy, with desire, with even sexual compatibility, and how both of you connect to each other on an intimate level. And they may possibly be self-sabotaging because deep down they have a fear of intimacy, and they don't feel like they feel like they are not being loved enough, or they are, you know, at least that is how they feel, okay? It doesn't mean that this person is doing that, but somewhere they feel like there's a disconnect as far as intimacy is concerned, okay? So that is what this whole reading is revolving around. Below the surface, there's definitely a soulmate connection, but I have to say, because of all the change and the fork in the road and this shift in tide and change in the wind, it could go either way. Okay, that is what I'm feeling here. And there's a disconnect happening where one person feels like things have changed, and um, that connection, that soul connection that they once had, is changing, and that there's probably not enough open communication between the two of you. And that's possibly why this person is sort of looking at other options, looking at alternatives. Okay, and the other meaning of this card in terms of a shadow card could also be that this person does not also to some extent feel good enough. Okay, feel abundant, feel good on their own. Okay, so there's a mirroring happening here in that case. Both of you want to talk to each other, both of you want to get to know each other better, but it's funny. This person's feeling like the feelings of the other person has changed, and that this person loves the other person more than they do, whereas this person feels that the other person is just suffering from low self-esteem, and that's why they are probably self-sabotaging or sabotaging this relationship. Okay, so that is what is happening beneath the surface, and there's a need for balance here, definitely, between, in this case, not spirituality so much, but between the practical side of the relationship, as in how both of you show up, your, you know, communication skills and all of that, and a more intimate and soul um, side of the connection, which is definitely there. That is what I would say. Okay, so that is your reading. I hope this resonated for you, and I hope you found it useful. Um, Let me pull one card for the advice for both of you, okay? Just as a parting last note, let's get some advice for this group. So we've got effortless and communion. Okay, so one person, I feel that there's an and at the bottom of the deck we have ebb and flow. So this is a passing phase. Okay, although both of you are kind of at a crossroads, I feel that things can change with a deeper sense of communication with each other. There's definitely, I feel, a reason, a higher purpose for this connection. Okay, it's just that you two may be quite different from each other in terms of how you approach the connection, and your communication styles may be different, and that's why there's a bit of a rift, a gap between the two of you. But it's really possible, with an open hearted and open minded, I'm hearing, communication between you all, to come together again and feel, you know more like you can have um, a more intimate connection where there's no blockage as such, because one person definitely has some intimacy, or yeah, intimacy issues, I would say, or blockages. Okay, and the effortless card is here to tell you that this is probably going to feel a bit scary, but if you go down the stream or with the current, it's going to actually work out in the end. Okay, so that is your reading, group number one. I hope this was useful. Let me know in the comment section if it resonated with you. I would love to hear from you. If you enjoy the reading, do hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It does greatly help. And I will see you again. Bye bye. Hi, group 2. For those of you who've chosen the second group, this is your reading. Okay, this is so interesting, but it's quite a clear message here. What's happening is that one person is definitely moving on from this connection. Okay, there is an ending happening in this connection. What's happening on the surface is that somebody is putting an end, putting a full stop to this connection, and they are exploring their options or exploring other options, or they may already have other options and they are pursuing other options. It's as straightforward as that. For some reason, they are feeling like this is not satisfying them or it's not fulfilling them. And so, with the Eight of Cups, this is for me the card of the seeker. So, this person is seeking something else, something new, okay? A new experience, a new adventure. And it's not like this hasn't worked out or this has been too taxing or anything, but I feel like it's just not hit the mark for this person, okay? There may have been a lot of confusion in this connection, or a lot of smoke and mirrors, even a lot of projection is what I'm getting, okay? Where both of you may be projecting onto each other, which is fairly common in relationships, in intimate partnerships. And there is a definite ending here with the Death card being here and the Eight of Cups. So the projection bit may be more so from one side than the other, but nevertheless, it is there, okay? So that creates this smoke and mirrors effect where you're not too sure where you stand with this person. You may be like fantasizing and daydreaming and all of that, but when it comes to, the actual day to day tangible connection and reliability on each other, that is missing, okay? Now, but what's happening beneath the surface is that we have the King of Wands, the Strength card, and the Knight of Cups. I feel like someone may already have feelings, and it could be specifically for a Leo, okay? But either way, um, there is attraction towards somebody else, is what I feel, okay? I'll tell you which person it is. This person, the second person. Okay, I'm just going to refer that to as the second person or person B. So, this person is attracted to somebody else, or deep down they may be still attracted to this person, okay, whoever they are currently in a relationship with. There is attraction here, but that attraction is not enough to continue on this path, is what I'm seeing. And I'm seeing that this person is kind of ready to move on, okay? But it is quite possible that below the surface or beneath the surface, you both have feelings for each other and attraction for each other, but it's too much work, okay? It is taking you a lot of willpower, a lot of strength to continue on this path with each other. So that could also be the case, okay? Now, what? Let me see the messages here from the first person. Is it possible for us to go back to who we were? What can I do to bridge the gap? So, this first person feels like this is things have changed beyond redemption, is what I'm feeling. Okay. The second person, I wish you the best. It's time to move on. This is not what I was hoping for. Yeah. So, my guess was correct, and I was feeling like this person has kind of emotionally moved on anyway. Okay. Now that could be you. This it could be this other person. I don't know about that, but take it as it resonates for you. Okay. So When it comes to the advice for this person, you have get to know each other, learn to meet another's need for love, and that is where I feel this person has kind of faltered, and that's precisely why this person, the other person, has had to make possibly a difficult choice, a difficult decision to move on from this connection. Okay, how are they feeling? Come to the edge. So they are kind of feeling like the ground beneath their feet has been shaken, or it's been, um, you know, like they've lost the sense of stability is what I'm getting. Okay, so they're feeling a bit up in the air and uncertain about what's to come. Okay, what is the shadow side? We have yin and yang. So this is about balance, about reciprocity, about meeting the other's needs whilst meeting your own as well. And also I'm hearing about feeling whole and complete on your own. um, this person might have a hesitance towards an intimate partnership or a connection because somewhere deep down they don't feel whole on their own, or they feel like they can't meet the other person's needs no matter how much they try, or for whatever reason they may be sort of pulling back in terms of um, what they can actually offer in a connection versus what they actually do. So there's a mismatch in the masculine and feminine energies as well. So this person may have been more on, either side, like um, either completely not taking, I'm hearing not participating, not fully adopting the role that they need to in the relationship. And there's a lot of imbalance in the connection, in especially on their side. Okay, so maybe this person is someone who's um, afraid to or unable to give their all, like I said, and really participate and immerse themselves in a connection fully. Okay, again we have the master number 22 here, which is all about balance, okay, and harmony and reciprocity in a way. Now the other person here has, they have the master number 44. Interesting, isn't it? We've got thinker, we've got cornucopia, and which is number 11, and we've got new love. Embrace an opportunity for love in your work prospects or for spiritual growth. This person is, I feel like they're willing and they're ready to accept something new from the universe. Okay? It's just a matter of time. They may have even already met somebody new is what I'm feeling. Okay? Because somewhere this has disappointed them in the sense that it hasn't met their needs, it hasn't been what they were hoping for. Now, whatever that is in terms of a relationship, whatever they were hoping for, I've in the present scenario, how they're feeling is the thinker. So they are in the midst of making a decision, making a firm decision, and really applying a lot of thought into where this is heading, where they need to be, and whether or not, I feel like they've kind of already made up their mind though, about moving on. And their shadow side is cornucopia. This person may have a lot of options, is what I'm getting, an abundance of options. So they may be someone who is quite popular, must be someone who is quite attractive and who draws a lot of people towards them. So it's quite possible that before the other person got a chance to get to know this person on a deeper level, this person has already lost interest and they are ready to move on. Okay, so that could also be what's happening beneath the surface. And this person actually, because we have this, what can I do to bridge the gap here? I feel like they do realize that somewhere down the line things have changed a lot, and there may have been this gap between y'all, which they are now realizing it might even be too late for them, for you all to go back to who you were initially. Okay, I get the feeling that it didn't start out. I'm not saying that this person is like a player or anything like that. I'm not sensing that. I feel like this person has given a lot of time and effort also to this connection, and it's been a rather difficult choice, a difficult decision to move on. But uh, somewhere they have realized that it's not going to work out. Okay, it's possible that things this person, it took a lot of time for them to open up and realize that there needs to be a balance in the relationship, and that this give and take has to happen, you know. And that's where I feel like this person has kind of realized that the ship may have sailed. So the current energy is a new start is coming, new moon. And you've got new moon here, a new start is coming, as well as new love here. So definitely, um, whoever this person is, they are moving on. Okay. And where is this reaching, or where is this heading? Meditate and contemplate. That goes with the thinker card. So it's possible that this person is still going to give it a fair thought. Okay, if you are this person, I feel like you have a choice to make between an old connection and a new connection. Okay, and that's where this contemplation is coming in. And you have new moon in Pisces here. So there is some decision making happening, but I feel like it's only a matter of time until this person decides to move on. I don't really feel like deep down this person wants to go back to that old connection. If they do, it's possibly because that old attraction or temptation is still there. But it's all kind of in fantasy mode, you know. The Knight of Cups, Seven of Cups, Eight of Cups, that tangible sense is missing in this connection. Okay, no pentacles whatsoever. There's attraction, there are feelings, there's a lot of fantasy involved, there's romanticism, there's flirting, but not very tangible. Okay, that's why that deeper connection that happens when you get to know each other really well is missing. Okay, so that is what I have for you, group number 2. Let me pull one last card as the advice, although I don't think you really need it. But what is the advice for this connection or the people in this? Okay, we've got stillness. That goes really well with the meditate and contemplate card. And we've got rainbow blessings. At the bottom of the deck, we have new beginnings. I cannot make this up, guys. So, definitely a new start is coming for um, this person. It is possible that you can have a new start with the person in this reading, or it could be a new person. Okay, if it is this person, then it is someone from your past coming back for a second chance, and you can have a new start with that person as well. But that's why you're going to have to contemplate and meditate over this. Okay, either way, you're blessed, and yeah, stay blessed. That's your reading, group number 2. I hope this was useful. Let me know in the comment section if you enjoyed it, and do hit the like button, and yeah, subscribe to the channel. That greatly helps the channel. So I'll see you again, hopefully, in the next video. God bless. Bye bye. Hi, group 3. For those of you who've chosen this third option here with this shell, let's take a look at your reading. What is jumping straight at me is that there's galloping and running and chasing happening on this side. Okay, um Interesting. Let me come to that. So, what's happening above the surface is the Two of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, and the Hermit. And we have as your current energy surrender to the divine full moon. And full moons, interestingly, both the cards that you got are full moon cards, okay? Full moons are about releasing, about letting go, and something coming to a head, something coming to a conclusion or to a fruition. I feel that this could be the energy of this person, okay? There is commitment here, but one of the two people feels kind of blocked, or they are already blocking, okay? And actually both of them are sort of I would say taking time out or taking time for themselves to really think things through, okay? The Hermit and the Two of Swords are both telling me that there is possibly not much communication happening between the two of you, and you may have sort of surrendered to the divine, and you're like, okay, we'll see where this goes, okay? It's quite possible that even like one person may have even blocked the other person on social media or something like that, or they are not communicating to the other person, and the other person is taking this time to really introspect, okay? Or both of them could be the same person. There is a lot of slow progress in this relationship, which is actually good in terms of a long term commitment and a long term relationship. But what's also interesting is that beneath the surface, there's a different story playing out, okay? One person feels really burdened in a way that they feel like they have to carry all the responsibility of this connection, and that the other person's not putting in the effort, or that it has reached a stage where there's little progress happening, but it's too much work to carry on this way. And that's precisely why I feel that if you've both taken time out from each other, it's a good idea, because you can really contemplate and meditate and think about where you want this to go, okay? Because there seems to be some there seems, if a relationship becomes too much work, then there is something missing here, or something, or two people are not on the same page, okay? That is what I'm seeing. And with the Page of Swords here, I feel like one person may be a bit immature as well, in the sense that they may be mouthing off, or not, or being kind of reactive, not really thinking things through really well. The other person seems to be much more mature and much more, like older and wiser than this other person. I'm not talking about age here, but I'm talking about maturity. Okay, so one person is a bit immature and needs more attention, needs more validation from the other person in this connection. That's what's happening beneath the surface or below the surface, which is really interesting. I get the feeling like one person is really being almost like the parent in this situation, and is, uh, really being very, very patient here with the other person, out of sheer love, out of pure love, actually. Okay, so let's take a look at the messages that we have here. We've got, there's so much I wanted to say, but I guess it's too late. I can't be who you want me to be. Okay. And we've got, I'm sorry I can't give you what you want. I've never told anyone the things I've told you. It's difficult for me to trust anyone. Okay. So, both of you seem to be quite removed from the situation, And it's like one person has really bitten their tongue and they don't want to even open up. Okay, that's what I was sensing with this two of swords also. So you're like keeping a watch on each other, keeping an eye on each other, or one person may be doing that, but not really opening up. There isn't communication happening. Okay, so I feel that there's a lot of difference in the way you all tend to approach this situation. I'm getting a strong feeling that one person has a tendency to act like the parent in the situation, in this relationship, whereas the other person's shadow side is really immature, and that could be because they are kind of afraid of really going in towards a long term steady committed relationship. Okay, somewhere deep down they feel that this is something that they can't be, the person who basically takes um, action consistently, who shows up every time. Okay, and this could also be because this person is kind of looking for instant gratification, is what I'm getting, or is seeking a lot of validation from the other person. Okay, and that is their shadow side, someone who really wants a lot of attention. It's almost like a kid behavior, a kiddish kind of a behavior, but that is what I'm sensing here. Let's see the cards on this side for this person. We have simple acts of kindness. Kindness energizes you and brings happiness to those around you. And how are they feeling? We have the fates. Okay. So this is kind of taking me back to this card, surrender to the divine. This person has kind of let it just be decided by the fates, if this is a fated relationship, if it is meant to be, it will be. That is how they are feeling, I feel. Okay, and their shadow side is the thinking man. I feel like when it comes to love, this person may sort of compromise a lot on their critical thinking. Okay, yeah, ain't that the case with most of us? That is what we do. When we love somebody a lot, we tend to lose our mind and our ability to think straight. Okay, that I feel is what's happening as far as this person is concerned. The other aspect could be that they overthink things and overanalyze things. Okay, or are not really clear about what they want, because this is about crystal clear vision as well. Okay, so that could be the case of this person's shadow side. um, and I feel like this person is kind of holding on to this relationship because they find it difficult to trust people, and when they do, they want it to be a long term commitment and a long term relationship. But right now they're feeling like they can't give any more to this person, or they can't give what this person wants, which is, I feel like, validation. And they're trying to they are pinning their sense of self-worth on the attention that they get from the other person. That is their shadow side. Okay, and it feels like this person is kind of holding on to this relationship also because they find it difficult to trust and open up to new people, and secondly, they feel like they've they've revealed so much of themselves in this connection to this other person. They've been so honest and so open that it's been too much work, and they don't want to give up on it. That is why I feel like this person continues to put in work, continues to show up every time, but the other person might be taking advantage of this, is what I'm feeling. And their shadow side is, I mean, it's action, so that is what they're not doing, I feel. Okay, they're not showing up, they're not it's like their words also don't match up to the actions, okay? So they're somewhere falling short on the actions part, and it's probably all words. So where's this heading? It's time to release negativity, full moon and Scorpio. And that bite of Scorpio is what is coming to my mind, okay? The sting of Scorpio. Some truth is going to be spoken, and I feel like it's going to come from this person, okay? Or the person uh, who who's given a lot to this connection, who's been like a parent to this other person who seems to be quite immature, okay? Now, if this is you, if you are this person um, who identifies with this side, let me tell you that it's okay for you to be aware of the fact that you might be pinning your sense of self-worth on how much attention you get from somebody else, okay? And both men and women do this, okay? So I just want to put that out there. So what is the advice in this connection? We've got reflection, and we've got ancestors, generations. Let's take one more card. And we've got power, lightning. So I feel like the suggestion or the advice here is to take back your power, to really reflect, which is what I feel the hermit is doing anyway, to take this time to contemplate and meditate and reflect upon whether this is actually good for you in the long run or not. And where it is heading, I feel like there is definitely going to be a release of some sorts, okay? A change. And whether you actually continue with this person or not, there is a time and there is a need for negativity that has been bubbling up in this connection to be released, okay? And there is a pattern that is playing out, and this I feel is specifically a message to whoever identifies with this side, that you may have a pattern of overcompensating, of overgiving, or playing the parent in the relationship, okay, because you feel like it's too much work to open up again and trust somebody new, okay? So it's time for you to break that pattern and break uh, that cycle in your life, okay? This might be even a karmic sort of pattern, an ancestral pattern that is playing out in your life. And for that, you can look back to your parents' relationship, okay? Or even your grandparents' relationship. And it's time for you to take back your power and realize that you have the power to make a choice, to make a decision, and not sit in this stasis stage forever, okay? So that is your reading, group number 3. I hope this was useful. Let me know in the comment section if it resonated with you. If you enjoyed the reading, please give it a thumbs up and do subscribe to the channel. It does help the channel a lot. I hope to see you again soon in a different reading. Do take care of yourself. I'm wishing you all the best with this situation. God bless. Bye bye.